Welcome to Hey, Have You Seen That Film? Today we're going to be discussing Big Business, starring Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin. This movie was released in the summer of 1988. The story is essentially kind of like a city mouse and the country mouse. You know that story where they swap places? Okay, it's not... The story is... Two people enter a hospital on the same day to have a baby. One is a rich couple who is traveling to a party and end up going to labor on their way, so they get to this hospital. The other one is a couple from the country who have had multiple children, have been to this hospital before. Now, they both give birth and they both have a daughter, and the nurse puts them in their own little beds. But shortly after putting one of them in, the second one in her own little bed, one of the other moms starts giving birth again, and she has twins. And as the nurse is going to put that twin with her twin, the doctor calls her because the other mom is having another baby. And so the nurse accidentally, she can't remember which one was going where, so she puts the twin with the wrong twin. And this happens with both of them. So then they both go off and grow up. Two of the twins in the country and two of the twins in the city. Now, each set of twins has a more straightforward and not afraid, and each has a more timid and quiet twin. Now, another funny fact is that both of the twins have the same names. After the rich couple names their kids, the country dad hears it and he names his twins the same thing. And so the twins all have the same name for their same look-alike. So there's a Sadie and there's a Rose, right? Yes. So the city twins are owners of this big industrial company who want to take out a big business in the country twins' hometown, and that's what they're going to do. So the country twins are going to fight the city twins, and of course, because they all look alike, there's constantly there, and they all look alike, and the twins have the same name. So Lily Tomlin's characters both have the name Rose, and Bette Midler's both of her characters have the name Sadie. And so whenever they're going into business or to the hotel, they're constantly getting called their name, but for a different purpose or for a different reason. And there's obviously a lot of gags that involved with this. In the end, they finally meet up, and three of them team up to help each other in not destroying this big business in the country, while one of them wants to keep the big business in the country, or destroy the big business in the country. And I won't tell you who and what and all that, because that's for you to watch and find out yourself. No spoilers here. But this was a very funny movie. My wife and I watched it on a whim. We'd seen a trailer for it, and then we found it on Disney Plus. So if you're looking for it, it's on Disney Plus. And we decided to give it a try, and we actually really enjoyed it. I would say that the best character, or the highlight character, would be Lily Tomlin's country twin. She's definitely more of the gung-ho, I'm gonna fight this, you're not gonna win, I'm gonna fight you to the very end. And she's just funny. There's a scene, she's convinced that the City Twins Corporation is watching them, and that the FBI is all in on this, and they got her hotel room bugged, and they know everything about her. And there's a scene where she walks into the big City Twins office, and everyone thinks it's Rose, and the Rose who lives in the city is very timid and shy. So to see this Rose they're all a little shocked. And there's a scene where she's talking to all these ladies, and she goes, I got my Tuesday panties on, but you already know that, don't ya? because again, she thinks that they already know everything about her and they're after her. And so it's just very funny. And to see her and Bette Midler work together was also a fun treat, because both are very talented. Both have been in big female-led comedies. Lily Tomlin in 9 to 5 and Bette Midler in The First Wife's Club. This was kind of in the middle when those two were made. Actually, I think, yeah, like right in the middle. That's kind of crazy. Fun fact. So that was kind of cool. What's fun is the constant this twin walking past that twin and not noticing it, or that twin talking to this twin but not realizing it's the other twin, and their conversations, though they're talking about something else, happen to collide, and so they're figuring it out. Or Bette Midler will just barely miss the other Bette Midler. There's a whole bunch of other things, and then the fact that there's so many people who are looking for them or talking to them, and keep thinking it's the same person, and again, their conversations, they're kind of like, oh, and somehow they make the conversation work, even though that, again, they're talking about two different things, or don't really know what's going on. So that's what's enjoyable about this, because you just kind of keep like laughing, like, oh, like they walk past each other again. You roll your eyes like, oh my goodness, just see each other. It's just a very fun little comedy. It's an enjoyable one that you can just sit back and enjoy it. You do have to pay attention. It's not one of those ones that you can kind of completely just relax and not pay too much attention, because at some points for me it was a little confusing to follow which twin was who. It was just a couple moments. It was like, wait, which twin am I watching right now? And it's like they weren't talking in the scene, and so I was like, because when they were talking, it was easy to know, okay, that's the aggressive twin, that's the shy twin. It was easy to know which Bette Midler and which Lily Tomlin we were watching, but other times it was super hard. Not a whole lot, but so it's just kind of like, you got to be paying a little bit of attention, because you can't just not, because there's a lot of changing between the four of them, if that makes any sense. But this is just a fun little movie, one that you can sit down with the whole family and enjoy. It was very laughable, and I was very entertained by watching it. So, again, this was Big Business, starring Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin. And you know what was so great? In the end, they all ended up happy in a way. That was what was nice about it. It wasn't, like one didn't get what they wanted. In the end, they all got something that they wanted, which was kind of cool. It's like, oh, so everyone ends up a little bit happy. And you just there's a homeless man out there who keeps watching, each of the twins walk in, and he tells somebody, if you walk in there, two of you will walk out. And at the very end of the movie, he sees someone who looks just like him, but he's more cleaned up, and they're both like... So that was a funny little thing. So yeah, there's just a lot of little jokes, and the humor's great. So check this movie out if you're a fan of either of the actresses, or if you're just looking for a lighthearted comedy that you can, for the most part, just kick your feet up and relax. And that is Big Business, 1988. So thank you for watching. If you've seen the film, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't seen it, check it out, and then come share your thoughts with me. We'll talk to you later, all right? See ya.